Okay, so,
so,
we are, hello audience,
hello,
we're backstage. We're supposed to be doing a cold open like the podcast
but we didn't
right
prepare
now.
a cold open. We should have prepared.
Right, we didn't. Right, we don't have anything ready
So
to
we're just
say.
doing mindless talking.
Well, but we should maybe say don't take flash photography or record the show.
Wait, introduce yourself. Maybe do that.
Okay, my name is Sean.
Yeah.
My name is Will.
And you'll hold for the applause?
Yeah, yeah.
You son of a...
Do it.
So, and I am Jason.
Yeah.
Did you say you were Will?
But it was in the my name's Will. So.
But you do need to wake up just a little bit,
Yeah,
though,
because
right?
it's our second. Stop clapping! Stop clapping!
Okay.
Ready?
Here we go.
Welcome to
SmartLess!
Go, run before the applause runs out.
Run!
Before the applause runs out.
Run!
Hello, Chicago!
Oh my God! Wow!
Oh my gosh! Take a seat!
Wow.
Take a seat!
Guys,
Take a seat!
sit. Tracy from Wisconsin shirts. Look at these guys.
yeah.
Tracy from Wisconsin shirts.
By the
You
way,
know, tell him.
Tell them.
Tracy's here upstairs.
Tracy's
here. Yeah.
She gonna come out and say hi? Where is she? Come out and say hi.
Come on, just say
yeah,
hi,
yeah,
Tracy.
yeah.
Come on.
Kids, you want to say hi?
Look at this.
Look at these shirts.
Tracy.
These guys up front. These guys up front have Tracy from Wisconsin T-shirts.
Yeah.
So you can't
Wow.
see them.
Oh my God.
So thank you for being so foolish as to spend money to come see us.
Yes.
We're gonna try
Oh.
to make you not regret it.
Yes, I am. Not that you know, or maybe you do know or care. I'm from here. As Jason said, we're so glad you wanted to meet us, and we wanted to meet you, and the tour was the only way we could do it. So thank you. Ow!
I just had to do it. It was just yelling at me.
That
He
one
just
really
did that
hurt.
before we came out.
the hell?
Why are you hitting me?
It's really fun.
No.
Here we go.
This is a dream come true for you, Sean,
Yes,
right?
yes.
You said you left Chicago many moons ago to drive to Los Angeles. You said, one day I'm going to come back here with my podcast.
That's right. That's right.
You made it.
Right? That's everybody's dream.
Right. But anyway, thank you for being here. We're going to sit on the couch now.
All right, let's do it.
Wait, I got to get my cards out.
Guys, look at these SmartLess mugs.
Yeah.
You guys all bought a bunch, right? It's all
Yeah.
going to charity.
Now, as you know, I'm from here. I went to Illinois State University. What? The best school in the world. I'll tell you a little story. I don't know if
Best school in the world is okay.
Yeah, best school in the world.
Just gotta.
And I'm going to tell you a little quick story about my experience there. One time I was so wasted freshman year. By the way, Watterson Towers. You know Watterson Towers? Okay. So Watterson Towers was great. It's the tallest dorm building in the country, which is true. It is the tallest dorm building in the country. So if you went to a party like on the outskirts and you got just fucking wasted, all you had to do, like, I remember coming home from parties like this, I was like, oh my God, I don't know where I am. Oh, I just go there. I would walk to the Watterson Towers because it was so easy to, but one time, I think one of those nights I was intoxicated, I went to a White Hen, which now, remember White Hen? And I was
How does it compare to Portillo's?
Well, White Hen is 7-Eleven, basically.
Okay,
Yeah,
got
yeah.
it. Sorry.
So,
Well,
he's from Canada. So I went in there, and I was really drunk. I was with my friend Randy, who you guys just met. And I was so drunk, I had no money, and I stole a turkey sandwich, right? And so I went into the...
Whoa, you shoplifted?
I shoplifted a turkey sandwich because I was really hungry. And I was
Have you ever shoplifted?
No.
I never have. Okay,
All right, so I
sorry.
go in there and I'm like, oh, this is, I'll be cool and I'll get to eat. So it was like, and I put a turkey sandwich in my bag, and literally I go out and sit in front of the White Hen, and I'm just eating, and I'm throwing the tomatoes at cars because I don't like the tomatoes. And all of a sudden I'm eating, we're all laughing, and all of a sudden I see this cop's feet right in front of me.
No.
And I look up and I was like, oh my God, and I got arrested.
What?
And so, yeah, I got arrested for stealing a turkey sandwich, And in the back seat, I was such an asshole. I was in the back seat, like riding around, and they like so drunk. And I go, hey, isn't there somebody getting murdered somewhere? Like, why are you arresting a guy that got
Run in your
stole
mouth.
a turkey? Yeah, run in my mouth. Turkey sandwich. Isn't there something more important? Anyway, so I go to the thing. It costs $100 to get bailed out. I called one of my brothers. They weren't around. And then this guy, Liam, who, this is the longest story in the world. Liam bailed me out. He was in the theater department. I didn't know him. And then cut to like 15 years later, he gave me $100 and I bailed, and then I paid him back.
This is Bateman length awful.
Yeah. So then 15 years later, I'm at Swingers on Beverly, which is a diner.
Sure.
Yeah. And he's my waiter, the guy who bailed me out.
What?
Isn't that good story, right?
That's it?
Yeah.
Yes.
Wait. Was that the only time you've ever been arrested?
Yeah.
Hang on. No one has to think that long about what that pause usually means. Should I say about the other 3 times I got arrested?
No, I didn't. I never got arrested. But I do have a great masturbation story too, if you want to hear that.
Well, buckle up, everybody.
But hang on a second. Your neck's really red right here. You okay?
Are you
Just
serious?
on this side.
Yeah, because you fucking slapped me.
What happened? Sorry. No, it's not.
was very
It's not.
good.
It's not.
So when I was a kid, my dad's mom, my grandma on that side, so it's already a good story.
Jesus.
Aww.
We're already off to a booming start. So she used to crochet all these animals. They were really cute. She would give them to us like, they were like pre-shaped animals. Like there was a dinosaur and a duck and like a mouse and a dog. And she would, like they had the form, but you crocheted around them. And so she gave us these things. And I used to cut out the whole of the dinosaur's mouth and I used to fucking...
Wait.
You know, there's a few thousand
wait.
people out here.
Wait.
Okay, so wait.
Oh, good, there's more.
Wait, did it matter what kind of dinosaur? Like, would you not get turned on by a Tyrannosaurus
No, it was
Rex, but definitely a Brontosaurus?
No,
question.
it was one
Great
dinosaur,
question.
and the mouth was stuck open like that. So I
Sure.
looked at it, I was like, I'll just cut a hole in it. So then I do this, right? And then I see all other kids coming over to play with it, and I'm like, oh, God, they're all playing with the thing. And my dog was the only one that avoided that specific toy.
Wait a second. Just because we're back in your hometown,
Yeah, it's
you
safe.
gotta
It's a
tell the
safe
story
space.
of
Oh,
when...
because everybody doesn't masturbate, Will.
Not into
the
a
mouth of a
dinosaur's
crocheted
mouth,
dinosaur?
bro.
What do you
Like, I just
have any
learned...
other secrets you want to get off your chest while you're here? I mean,
Let me
Anyway.
tell you, this is what happens when you prepare.
What do you mean?
This is what happens when
No,
you prepare.
I think of famous stories that my friends know from back home, and then I share them with you, and now you, because you're my friend.
Jason, have you been arrested? Oh, I know, that's nice.
So masturbation stories really bring people
Aw.
together.
It does make that story cuter. Jason,
Wait,
arrested.
Arrested, development.
Great show.
Oh, wait. Sean, favorite scene.
Go. What was the name of his character?
Job. I used to call it Gob because I didn't know.
Until
I
like
know.
yesterday.
Until-
Wait,
yeah,
I
like-
want to know. I want to know worst arrested stories, not the show. Arrested from the cops.
I did. I spent one night in jail, but I think I may have even told this on the podcast. Monaco, yeah.
Yeah,
I'm
Monaco.
so
Oh,
Oh,
sorry.
that's right.
All right.
That's right.
Yeah,
That's
I had
right.
it was in Monte Carlo, and they gave me a pashmina because I was cold. I mean, it's like real soft. Oh, and I have to spend 3 innings in Dodger jail because I got a little overserved in about the 6th inning, and I had to cool off up in the Dodger jail on the upper deck. It's all painted Dodger blue. It's fun, and you're not allowed to see the end of the game. That's the punishment. And then, and then they turn you loose.
Kind of seems like a reward.
What about you little hellcat? Did you ever spend?
I've never arrested. And I shoplifted once. I stole a bag of chips when they were like 25 cents. And I felt so bad. The next day, I went back into the convenience store. I was about 11, and I put a quarter on the counter and walked out. True story. True story. That was
Not as thrilling as mine, but that was.
Huh.
Oh, sorry. And then I fucked the bag of chips. Are we back on track? And then I saw the other kids eating it, and I was like, hey, you know what? We're having fun.
Well, you just can't eat one. All right. So,
Wow.
well, okay. So we're gonna get to the guest. I'm super
Sean,
excited.
it's
You
your
guys,
guest.
this is so exciting. This is so exciting.
We really don't know. Just again,
Yeah,
we
people
really
don't
don't know.
believe that you
We
guys
really
don't
don't know who it is.
We truly
and
don't
this whole
know.
tour, we've done a really good job of sequestering the guests, so we have no idea who it is. If
So
it's,
I wrote my thing like Jason does. So this guy's amazing. One of his quotes is, I love this quote, "It doesn't matter how many times you fail, you only have to be right once, and then everybody says you're an overnight success." His dad used to say, which I love this quote, "Today is the youngest you'll ever be, live like it." How great is that? I love that.
Whoa.
He went from banking to bartending to business software. He's one of the pioneers of putting audio on the internet. He not only buys and sells companies, he's also immersed in the entertainment business as a co-owner of 2929 Entertainment. He's not one of my favorite sharks. He is my favorite shark. It's Mark Cuban.
What? No! What?
Look at this guy.
What?
Thanks for having me on, man. Thank you so much.
Hey, man.
Thanks for having me on,
Hey.
man. Sean, oh yeah, absolutely. Where do you want me, right there?
Cuban. Oh,
Look at this.
Yes.
With the shoes.
What?
With the shoes.
Let's start with the shoes. Start with the shoes. Start with the shoes.
Look at the shoes.
Now? Are you a sneakerhead?
I'm not really.
Are those significant though?
Those are significant.
Tell us about them.
There's a guy who plays on our team named Luka Doncic.
Sure.
Yeah.
Sure.
And these are his shoes.
Oh, I got it.
Designed for him. And so every now and then I pull them out,
Right.
Like you should.
like I should.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know, you got to make the big guy happy, and they're great, and they match.
Yeah.
They do. Look at you. That's
Yeah.
great.
What a sharp suit. Wow. And by the way, we were gonna fly you out like real nice, because you were so nice to come out. He's like, "I'll fly myself."
Yeah.
No, not literally, right?
Yeah,
Even
no,
a towel.
but it was pretty nice. But
That's good living.
I
It
have,
is.
I'm obsessed with Shark Tank, and we're
You
gonna
mean
get
that show on Friday night on ABC?
Yes.
Oh, that
Nice
was
plug.
fun.
That's exactly right. Obsessed. I've seen almost every episode. But I'm going to save that because I want to get the sports stuff out of the way, and everybody knows why. So, so how do you buy a basketball team?
You write a big motherfucking check. That's what you do.
But they're not just sitting around, right? I mean, how long were you sort of clocking it and seeing there might be an opportunity, and like, how do you get a heads up on that?
So this was like 22 years ago, 99, 2000 season. I was a season ticket holder, and the Mavs were awful.
Yeah.
And I just made a lot of money.
Yeah.
And so I go to the game, and I'm like,
by the way,
That's
here's the
that's
thing.
good luck.
I know.
Yeah.
But wait, here's the thing. It's like we're all taught to like not say things like that.
Yeah.
Because we're like, you shouldn't like
Sean,
flaunt
let me
it.
just tell you.
But I love that you do. You make
I
it
am the
okay.
luckiest motherfucker in the entire world.
You know,
And I am trying to enjoy every minute.
You have
I don't buy that.
consistently been pretty straight up and honest. You don't posture about it. You always say it as it is. That's great.
I love that. Yeah.
Yeah.
Like no, keep going.
Okay,
Wait,
so
sorry.
you got dirty, still
So where
filthy
was
rich.
I?
So you
you made a
just
bunch of
happened
money.
to make a ton of money.
Happened to make a ton of
You're
money.
at the game.
And it's the start of the season, and I'm there with my then girlfriend, now wife, and we're at the game. It's the first game of the season. We're undefeated. And there's like no energy, no nothing in the arena. I'm like, I can do a better job than this. And then it was like, well, shit, why don't I buy this thing, right?
Right.
So,
Right.
I mean, just like that.
just like that. And
Who do you call to find out if they're even for sale?
the guy.
I mean,
No,
You cold called the guy?
the guy. No, the owner was a guy named Ross Perot Jr. and didn't know or care anything about
Wait,
basketball.
Ross Perot Jr.?
Yeah,
That was my first vote at 18. I
Right?
voted for Ross Perot.
See?
Really?
I really did. Yeah. I was so excited.
You're the one.
I was a big, I was a huge Dana Carvey fan, so I was like, let's do it.
Well, I have one Ross Perot story.
Yeah.
I have one Ross Perot senior story. So my very first company after I got fired, I started this company, Micro Solutions, and the big
Yeah, I
deal.
want to talk about that too.
Cool. And the big deal was we had this.
That's
big,
what we do with Sean too. Cool.
Let me finish my story.
Yeah.
Right. And so I got
obsessed.
I got a chance to do business with him. So he was like the big thing in Dallas, and I'm like 24 years old, and so I get to go into his office. He's got the original Magna Carta.
Wow.
There in his
Are you
office.
kidding me?
He's got the statue for Iwo Jima right there in his office.
This is Ross Perot, junior or senior?
Senior.
The scariest moment of my life literally was walking down that hall hoping I did not destroy American history.
Right.
Because there he
No,
was.
leave that to other people.
To other people, right?
Yeah.
So,
Of course, you tried to stop that too. You tried to help out with that too.
yeah, it didn't go so well the first time. But anyways, long story short, I get to him and I say, "Hi, Mr. Cuban, I'm Ross Perot."
No. Really?
Oh,
Bless your
no,
heart.
and you gave away your position. All your leverage was gone in that
Yeah,
moment.
because a 24-year-old just started, has a ton of leverage. Yeah, so he laughed.
Wait, you were 24?
24 when
Wait,
that
when you
Oh my
what? When you
God,
bought
I'm
the
almost
the-
24
No,
right
no,
now.
no, no,
Oh, when
no,
you
no.
did that.
No,
When
yeah.
you met with senior.
Yeah, that's when I
Right.
met with senior first time. So when I bought the team,
Yeah.
right, so I got to meet junior, and literally from start to finish was about 3 weeks.
Wow.
Wow.
Yeah.
So he was an eager
He was
seller.
an eager seller, and he thought I was going to be in negotiation. And so when I sold, this was right in the middle of the internet stock boom, right? So literally every day, the stock that I got for my company, from an old company called Yahoo, would go up $20. So
Yeah.
it was like,
Wait, is Yahoo still around?
not really, no.
Yeah, so you sold it. Look, it's printed everywhere. It's like $5.7 billion.
Yeah.
That's what they gave you?
Well, they gave it to us in stock, and I got a third of that.
Okay, so
Oh,
can
bummer.
I? We deal with that third shit all the time.
I know, believe me.
We just did it with cake from Portillo's.
Yeah. So
We actually did.
We're like,
I don't mean to embarrass you, but I'm sure this is probably all public. What did you pay for the team, and what is it worth now?
So I paid $285 million.
I love that you just say that. Okay.
Yeah.
Go.
Well, it's probably
I can
public.
lie.
It's probably
No,
public.
but it's
But
unbelievable.
you know, here's why, and so you can go on.
By
Sean
the way, we all
loves
did a
talking
ton of
about
coke
money.
before we came out here.
I know.
Can you tell? It's not obvious. No.
Wait, so you paid how much?
$285 million.
That's crazy.
And now it's worth.
I mean, I'm not 3 billion, 2.5 billion.
Wow, isn't that amazing? And
But
so-
it's only worth that if you're going to sell it, right?
Yeah,
and I have
but-
no plans on
But
selling
all
it.
the
because-
teams have
gone
gone
up
up
a bunch, yeah.
exponentially, and
Yeah.
So it's like any kind of commodity, any kind of thing. It's like you invest in it like a house or whatever, and it's always going to go
It's
up
more
in
like a
value.
house, like if you love your house,
Yeah.
right? You bought the house and it's going up in value.
If you
but
bought a
don't
house
really-
for $235 million, yeah.
But it
Big
goes
ass house,
up
but-
because people love that
The sport, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, so, we've been fortunate. Basketball has been very, very good to me. And
That's
so,
crazy. So you were always into sports, or
Yeah.
specifically basketball?
No,
Did you
I've
play?
been, not very well, but I've been a basketball junkie since I've been 5 years old.
Are you disciplined about not sort of stepping on the toes of the way in which the team is run, or do they want that?
No,
Do you
I
like
paid
that
$285 million for that motherfucker. I
Right.
get to do what I want.
But you're on the floor for a lot of games, if not
Yeah,
all of them.
yeah.
In the middle of the game, will you go over and say to the head coach, "Hey man, you got to sit that guy down, or I want
Yeah.
him in the game"?
No,
Yeah.
no, that I won't do. That's where I draw the line. Now, I might go to the referees and say, what the fuck was that?
Right.
But
you are like
Yeah, but-
famously, are you not the most fined?
yeah, by far.
By far.
Yeah, it's not even
Why-
close.
why-
I love how proud you are of that.
But why? Because you what?
Because they get it wrong all the time. Who the fuck accepts that?
So you get fined. You get fined by the referees.
No, they wish. No, by the league, by the NBA.
For talking talking to the referees during the game.
More for saying something publicly.
After the game.
After the game.
Got
Have
it.
you ever
really?
said to a referee, look, I'm so, I could have you killed?
No. I may have
Because
thought
that's
it,
what I would do. If I was in your position, I would just look at him.
I
and-
did go like this one time. I went like this one time
Yeah,
to a
good.
ref, and
Yeah,
I got
sure.
fined for that. Yeah.
Oh my God.
That's crazy. Like,
Good for you.
I can't believe you own a team. Okay. So it's just like, oh, and I have a new pair of shoes, and I own this team. Okay. But wait, talk about Micro Solutions, because what is it, and how did you start? Say what you were going to say before. about
No,
how
I was going to
obsessed I
say,
am about it.
Sean was talking about his micro solution earlier in the intro.
Yeah, but I invested
The
a lot
dinosaur.
I invested a lot of time in it, and it grew and grew. So please,
So it was a grower, not a shower?
no, it's a shower. So talk about Micro Solutions, because
So I got fired from a job,
Yeah.
right? So I was working in a job selling software, and I had this deal. So step back. At the time, when I moved to Dallas from Indiana University,
Oh, really?
Hoosiers!
Oh, right. Yeah.
So after I went from IU down to Dallas, the only place I could live, because I had no money. And so I lived in a little shithole with 5 roommates. And literally, I didn't have a bathroom, I didn't have a room, I just had not even a closet, I just had a place that I just would sleep on, right?
Like what year is this sort of?
This is 1982.
Okay.
Wow.
Yeah, way back when I was 6.
Yeah.
And so,
Same.
Yeah.
Same.
and so I got a job at night working as a bartender / bar back, and then during the day I got a job working at a software company. So I'm starving, right? And living in the shithole, and I have a chance to close this big deal, right? And I'm gonna get a $1,500 commission. I get to move out of the shithole. And so I go to my boss. Normally I'm supposed to wipe down the windows and sweep the floor and open up the store.
Yeah.
And I'm like,
it's how Jason grew up. Yeah.
Yeah.
Really rough.
Super.
Really rough. Yeah. Just that
Fast food to fast food to fast food.
Oh,
right?
God.
And so and I'm like, to my boss, a guy named Michael Humecki, in case you run into him. And so I'm like, I need to go pick up this check, and he goes, no, you have to open the store. And so I make the executive decision to go pick up the check.
Yep.
Thinking if I hand him a $15,000 check, my $1,500 commission there, he'd be happy. Fires my ass.
Wow.
Fires me on the spot. And so now I'm left with nothing. And I figured, okay, I'm a lousy employee, so I'm gonna go start this company. I was in the PC business, so I called it Micro Solutions, and started with a first customer of $500, grew that to 80 employees, 30-some million dollars in sales, and sold it to H&R Block.
And was
Good
this based
God.
on something that you studied in?
No.
Did you study computers or
No.
business or anything?
No, I cheated in my computer class at Indiana.
So,
Wow.
Hoosiers, baby.
Wait, say again, how old were you again?
I was 24.
24. And how did you, what age, was that when you were like, wait a minute, this is kind of cool. I can buy and sell companies and all this?
No, it's just like I got fired, and it was like I had to do something. I realized I was a bad employee, but in the 9 months I was there, I learned a lot about software. And not a lot of people knew much about software, so I was able to go company to company to company and just slowly but surely hired 1 person, then 2 person, then 10, till we got up to about 80 people. Wow. And then it got, it took 7 years without a vacation, so it wasn't like overnight. Sold it, bought a lifetime pass on American Airlines, and partied like a rock star.
Oh,
Would you say that the thing that is more important to your success is your knowledge of the field or your ability to identify people that are good to work with? In other words, your people skills or your knowledge of your profession?
I think it's that I'm a quick learner. I'm a quick study, right? So when I go into new technologies, I can pick stuff up really fast.
Yeah.
And so I'm able to, you say, okay, that's what's next.
Right.
And so find an angle, what's coming next.
But how do you know that?
Because to me, it just makes sense. When I started Micro Solutions, instead of just buying 1 PC, I thought people are going to connect them together. And most people are like, no, that's not till later.
Yeah.
And then they connected them together. That was my thing. And then wrote software for it, taught myself to write software and built it up. And then in the mid-90s, a buddy of mine came to me and said, there's got to be a way we can listen to Indiana basketball over this new thing called the internet.
Yeah. Right.
And I was like, okay, I'll figure it out.
Yeah, and then you created audio on the internet.
AudioNet. It was called AudioNet. It was the first streaming company on the internet.
And what, because I'm very young, so the internet didn't have audio at first, and you kind of created that with this?
No, people thought I was a moron.
Yeah, there was like a player. I remember there was like an audio
Yeah,
player
you had to have a
could
player.
download, right?
In order to listen, in order to stream back in the early days, right? You had to have a PC with a modem, download this thing called a TCP/IP client, download a client software from your ISP, then download an audio player, right? And then you had to go to a website and click on a file, and that file would open up, and then you hope it would play.
But then you're all set.
But then you're all set, right? But we were the first to do it, and so, but like, one of the things that helped us the most, like if you were anywhere outside the city of Chicago, the only way to listen to the Cubs games during the afternoon was on AudioNet, right? So we crushed it because Cubs fans all over the world would go there, click on this thing, and go through all the hassle, But that started the whole streaming industry, and then that just.
Did you know, so you're creating these businesses. Did you have an idea when you were 24 and back then did you have this dream? I'm gonna be a fucking business titan. I'm gonna do this. Was that a possibility?
No. During Micro Solutions, I remember vividly, finally getting to bed, laying there hungover going, oh my God, we've been in business 3 months. Oh my God, we've been in business 4 months.
Yeah,
Oh
yeah.
my God, we've been in business 5 months, right? Just being terrified that it wouldn't last.
So it was just piece by piece, and it just sort of.
Just grind, you just grind.
What did you hope you would become? What did you study in school?
I took a business. Yeah.
Right. So you just hoped to find a business.
I knew
Didn't
I'd be
matter
an
what it
entrepreneur.
was.
I knew I'd be an entrepreneur, right? Because I had started businesses my entire life, little
But
things.
where did that come from? Like, as a kid, were your parents around it? Like,
No,
see, I
no.
think what's fascinating about you and people like you is like, we're all on the outside going, how did this guy do that? Like, we're like, is there steps I could take to maybe be like Mark Cuban? Like, where did I fucking go wrong? You know what I mean?
Yeah, I mean,
I could tell you. I mean,
Opening with a masturbation story.
I also want to know, like, what is that moment? Do you probably do, and tell us if you do. Remember the moment that you first realized, or the moment you were first a billionaire?
oh, fuck yeah, I remember.
So yeah, so
It's like having sex for the first time, right?
yeah.
You remember
know,
every
tell
bit
me.
of it. Yeah, right? Sean?
Yes.
yeah.
No, because broadcast.com went public, and we had this big IPO, and the stock just kept on going up, and I knew exactly what the price had to be in order for me to become a billionaire.
Right.
And so, on the old PCs, you can hit F5 to refresh your Yahoo Finance. Now, F5, boom, 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 kind of like Sean in the story. Boom, 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 boom. And then, and it was like right when the market opened in Dallas at 8:30, and so I'm just sitting there basically mostly naked, and I did my
At
at home, right?
By yourself?
By myself.
Hitting that F5. Yeah.
But you're just by yourself at home on your fucking home computer going, am I a billionaire?
Yes, and then I did my little billionaire dance, right? It was just like, hey!
What did you do?
Who'd
Did
you, yeah,
buy
what'd you do? Who'd you
something?
call
No,
first?
no, what's that?
Did you call?
No, because I knew, it might only be a second, right?
Right.
Just like Sean's story. you know?
Oh my God. Sean.
That's good. What do you guys do? This? Yeah, okay, great.
Well, I think everybody here has had the fantasy of like, what if I won the lottery? If I became, what would be what's my fantasy big thing to buy?
Yeah.
Like, what was it?
Basketball team.
Yeah, there we go.
Yeah, was it really?
Yeah.
Was
It wasn't like I dreamed about
But
it.
I mean, like, what was the first big check? Maybe like it was 20 grand or like 100 grand or something
Well,
like that.
when I sold my first company, Micro Solutions, my buddies and I went out and just got shit-faced at an old school Italian restaurant, where they had the phones that they would bring to,
Yeah.
And so I was trashed, and they're like, what do you want? What do you want? I'm like, not into cars, I have a house. I want a lifetime pass on American Airlines so I can just go anywhere, anytime, anyhow.
Really?
And so I traveled enough that I remembered the number, and I called them up, and I'm like, do you guys sell lifetime passes? And they were like, yes, let me connect you to the Air Pass department. I'm like, get the fuck out of here, right? And I bought one, and it ended up being $250,000, and I got to fly me and anybody else that I wanted anywhere American Airlines flies for the rest of my life.
As often as you wanted.
As often as I want.
No way.
Just
And
for
you
a
still
flat.
have that?
I gave it to my dad, who unfortunately passed away a few years ago, and then I gave it to a friend who uses it.
So it was
Yeah.
a $250,000 flat fee, no more money ever for the rest of your life, and you can fly U+1 anywhere you want, all the time you want, until you die.
First class.
Do they still have that?
No way they still have that.
No, they got rid of them because there were a couple guys
You could
who would
spend that in a
yeah, 'cause
year.
I also got my American Airlines miles, right? So there would be guys who just fly back and forth just to get their miles, and that was just like too much.
Wow.
But it was a lot of fun.
Where did
Let's go to the Olympics. Let's go to Moscow. Let's go
that's so
to
fun.
Vegas. Yeah.
As long as, and then you got delays, and you got people, and the
Right.
peanuts, and the thing, and the.
Oh, great. Way to find the thing that's a bummer about it.
at what point did you want to go into filmmaking, television stuff,
Yeah.
and start your
So-
studio?
That was more because of my partner, Todd. Todd
Yeah.
and I were partners Todd Wagner and I were partners for in broadcast.com. And he wanted to do a lot of vertically integrated stuff. And so after I sold broadcast, we also started the first all high definition TV network, HDNet. And then we bought Landmark Theaters.
Yeah.
So we started HDNet, and we wanted to do day and date everything, right?
Yeah.
And this was
What is it?
day and date, meaning we released a movie on HDNet and in theaters and Landmark Theaters, and we released the DVD, and we released it online.
All at the same time.
Right, which like now is a big deal, right,
Yeah.
that they're trying to do with HBO Max. And
Yeah.
so we started doing that, and probably 2003, we started doing little things. In 2003, I get an email from a guy named Alex Gibney. And he's like, I've got this footage from this company called Enron. And I email him back.
Oh, yeah.
And I'm like, do you own the exclusive rights to it? Yeah. Can you put it in in your documentary you want to do? Yeah. What's the budget for this movie, Enron, that you want to do? And he goes, $770,000. I'm like, okay, let's do it. 12 minutes, I greenlit this movie.
Yeah.
So it turns out being Enron, the smartest guys in the room,
Yeah,
a documentary,
great
right?
documentary.
It gets
So good.
nominated for an Academy Award. At the time, it was top 10 grossing documentary of all time.
Wow.
I'm thinking this movie shit is easy, right?
Right.
Then,
Yeah, this isn't going to be a money pit at all.
not at all, right? Then my partner, Todd Wagner, brings to me a deal with George Clooney. It's going to be a black and white movie about the 50s about Roy Cohn and the McCarthy hearings, right?
Good luck with that guy.
Right? And it was going to be called Good Night and Good Luck.
Yeah.
Such a good movie.
Great movie.
Such a good. It gets nominated for 6 Academy Awards.
Yeah. My
My second movie, I'm thinking, this shit is still easy,
Yeah.
right? And even better yet, because we got nominated, we had a party at, what's the place on Hollywood? Anyways, one of the old school Italian restaurants, Dantana's.
Dantana's,
Yeah,
yeah.
right? And I'm doing a body shot off of Cindy Crawford. And I'm there going,
This movie shit's
Yeah,
great.
That's
this movie
hilarious.
shit's great.
Yeah.
You haven't heard of a movie we've done since, right?
Right.
Yeah, I mean, we've done little things. And
Yeah.
we have a company, we sold, 2929 still does some stuff, and we sold some of the other stuff, and we sold Landmark Theaters, and we still have Magnolia Pictures to distribute stuff.
Yeah.
So-
They do great
Tell me
things.
something that you thought for sure was going to succeed, and you're like, oh God, that did not work at all.
Nothing.
Excellent.
Wow.
Excellent. Really?
No,
No, what,
so
like,
many things.
Like,
yeah.
what's the biggest mistake you made early on in your career that you would like? The biggest thing you would give advice to somebody, like, hey, watch out for this. I know you're doing great here, but really watch out for this person or this thing or this idea.
Yeah, I think, one of the lessons I learned is I would just hire fast, right? Because I'm a salesperson at heart. And I would just like, okay, I'm selling myself on hiring this person.
Yeah.
And I've learned you got to hire slow and fire fast. So I would make a lot of mistakes in hiring that cost me money.
Why?
but-
Because just you'd interview too many people, you'd be like, really want to find out the right fit? Or?
Yeah, or I would not interview enough.
Right.
Right. And so I would just be like, okay, come on, I'll make it work. I
You
would be
seem
so,
like a good person,
Yeah,
yeah.
yeah.
Oh, I
I would
see.
be so arrogant that I thought, okay, I can make this work no matter what.
Right.
Right.
Or like, I'd be so arrogant about how much business I know. Like I'd look at a business and go, okay, you're gonna do this wrong, this wrong, this wrong. And yeah, I know Uber is gonna be good, and I know you're gonna do really well with Uber, but you need to give me a better valuation. And the guy's like, no. And so I missed out on Uber.
What do you
Really?
what do you think? What would you think is your? Seems like you've really checked a lot of boxes and had a lot of success. You're not an old guy. Like, what are you thinking about would be a really significant challenge for you that actually scares you going forward?
Well, like right now we're taking on the pharmacy companies.
Yes, I was going to ask you about this.
Yeah.
This is. Do you guys know? Have you heard about what he's doing?
I
It's
haven't. Tell me.
unbelievable. It's
I haven't.
amazing.
So it's called Cost Plus
And that's
Drugs.
our time. So,
Cost plus drugs.
costplusdrugs.com,
Yeah.
right? And so basically what we've done, the pharmacy industry is really distorted, right? They have these things called pharmacy benefit managers that are kind of like bouncers at clubs. They want to get paid in order for the pharmaceutical companies to provide their drugs to insurance companies who then approve them for doctors.
Right.
And so we said, we're going to create our own pharmacy benefit manager, but we're not going to make it convoluted. We're not going to ask for rebates like all the other ones do. And because of that, we can sell direct to consumers at our cost plus 15%.
it's amazing. So, give us an example of.
I can't even pronounce all these, but like we'll take something.
Insulin, yeah.
No, we don't have insulin yet. We're
Oh, okay.
working on it. Yeah, okay.
Take that back.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We're working on it. But if you go to costplusdrugs.com, you can see exactly what our costs are. And so there's drugs that we'll sell for $6 that everybody else is selling for $400.
That's amazing.
Yeah, it's crazy.
And when do you think? I just think
Yeah,
that's
it's
incredible.
amazing. And now-
Costplusdrugs.com.
Now, are you doing this now? Is this a business for you?
Yeah,
Is
it's a
there a
business.
profit in here for you somewhere?
So we're transparent about everything. So we're not trying to make as much money as possible.
Right.
It's a public benefit corporation, so it's different in what we're allowed to do too. But we reinvest, so the markup of 15%, we reinvest so that we're building a manufacturing facility in Dallas so we can push down the price of drugs. So our goal, we're starting off with 100 drugs 2 weeks ago, and our goal by the end of the year is to have 2,000 drugs. And our bigger goal is, now we're so used to seeing prices of drugs go up, right? every week or two, we want to be able to post a reduction in price of the drugs that we have, right?
How are you able to access these drugs at a wholesale price, though?
Because we go right to the
Wait, really
manufacturers.
quick, just ask again because they didn't hear.
Oh, sorry. How are you able to access these drugs at a wholesale price?
We'll go to the manufacturers or we'll make them ourselves. And the ones we go to the manufacturers, they have to sell them basically, just a little bit more than they sell to everybody else.
Yeah.
But everybody else asks for rebates from them, which in turn jacks up the price. We don't ask for any of those rebates. We don't fuck around with the price. It is just cost plus 15%, $3 fill fee, and $5 for shipping.
That's
Boom.
and have you guys thought about making any of the fun drugs?
Yeah.
I mean,
So if you just,
you
if
just
you
have like
put
a whole
in,
fun page. You know what I mean? Of like,
yeah, you just put in /Molly, and
Yeah,
I'm
yeah.
not saying it,
Will you get my husband Scotty? He's got diabetes since he's 17 years old. It's hilarious, but whenever I introduce him, I go, "This is my husband Scotty. He's gonna die from diabetes." Now, will that be on that list, insulin? Or?
So to do insulin, it's this all convoluted thing where you've got to create something called a biosimilar.
So it's a mess.
It's hard.
Yeah.
And so we're looking at it, but it takes close to 4 years.
Yeah.
And so we're looking at starting that process.
And what are some of the? How do you determine what companies you want to invest in or where you want to put your money?
It really depends. Like on Shark Tank, Friday nights on ABC, 8 p.m. Eastern, 7 p.m. Central.
Yeah, I can't wait to get into it. That's the next thing.
we're avoiding Shark Tank. We want to get into it.
And Shark Tank is part TV, right? So you're not making normal business decisions. But normally it's like, is it differentiated? Is there a reason for me to buy it? Like when we started costplusdrugs.com, there's no marketing. We're not spending any money on marketing or advertising because everybody wants cheaper prices for drugs.
Yeah.
Right? And so it really depends on what the product is. And if it's differentiated, it's something people obviously need, and the person who creates it is smart, then I typically try to invest.
So you're talking to a dumbass, right, guys?
Confirmed.
Confirmed. So somebody comes on Shark Tank. What they do is they pitch you an idea, and you decide whether that's a great idea. And if it's a better idea than the other two people that pitched, they get what, funding for their idea?
Basically,
Hey,
yeah.
Mark, just
yeah.
as an aside, I'm so sorry, man.
Yeah.
You've never watched the show, have you?
I watch the Dodgers, and that's it.
That's okay.
Yeah, no.
Now, do you obviously own a piece of that company if it takes off?
Well, if I invest in money, yes, I ask for a piece of the company.
Yeah.
You own the whole thing,
my
or
God.
like
I
what's
never want to own the whole thing because you want the entrepreneur, the person who started it, right, to be successful and make money too.
what's the percentage that they get?
Typically, they'll keep 80% of it, and I'll just take.
Okay,
How many
15,
people have
20.
watched Shark Tank?
The rest of you can leave.
Yeah.
It's
It's sorry, I haven't missed an episode. So wait,
you.
let's get right into it because I have 800 questions. Okay, wait a minute. Just hang on a sec. All right, so
Should we
Thanks
go
for
to a
having me on,
commercial?
guys.
Let's go to a
Yeah.
commercial.
wait. Okay, so same question about your business. What is the criteria you look for on Shark Tank when somebody comes in and pitches something?
So
What is it? Spike ball.
that's the one I fucked up on. Thank you very much.
What is it? What is it? Spike.
No, spike ball.
spike ball.
Have you ever seen like kids on the beach playing?
Yeah.
Yes, right. So they came on Shark Tank and they're like, Mark, we want you to be an investor. They want me to be the commissioner of their spike ball league. I'm like, I don't want to be commissioner of the spike ball league.
Yeah.
So I didn't do the deal. Now every beach, everywhere you go, down here on the beach, and that's all you see anywhere.
What's spike ball? Is that like volleyball? Guys, I don't fucking know it.
They're fucking booing you, dude.
By the way, I don't know what it is either.
I'm very sheltered.
Spike ball
thing with
is
you hit
Circle,
around?
yeah.
They have like this. They have like this little trampoline type
Right.
thing. JB, they have this little trampoline
Come, bro.
thing.
Oh, never
and
mind.
then you stand around with some friends, and you hit this ball, and you bounce it off the thing, right?
Oh, never
And
mind.
then you all bounce it off the
Right.
thing,
That was fine.
and it's just very kind of.
It's
easy.
competitive and it's
Yeah.
good exercise, and
I
your
didn't need
little
to get
kids
up,
can
but-
play it. Yeah.
That sounds fun, but
It is
I
fun.
wouldn't hear that idea and go, that's $1 billion idea.
Well, I knew kids would like it, right? But they, sometimes you just want to just invest.
Yeah.
You don't want to be the commissioner.
Right.
And so
So that was a part of the deal.
That was part of the deal. Yeah, and I don't want to do that part of it.
Yeah, you're busy.
I'm busy.
Yeah. So, but do you have a like anytime you join a company or invest in a company off of Shark Tank, do you have then a company yourself, like that people work in an office somewhere that handles that?
We're used to working in an office now, but yeah, I have people who help me.
Yeah, and so
Yeah, he's got a staff, Sean.
I've got a staff, Sean.
I think he does it all himself?
No, but.
And I was going to make another joke for your first one, but I'm not going to.
F5.
Wait, so, but when has there ever been a time when the cameras are over and they walk out and they're like, oh my God, I made a deal with Mark Cuban, and you're done taping the show, and then the deal falls through or something?
Yeah,
And
too
why
often.
is that?
So sometimes they'll just lie their asses off, right? Because they get nervous, right?
And it's fake?
They lie, right? You know, I've got $1 million in sales. And then you go, we get to do due diligence afterwards because we know people might not quite tell the truth. And then you go to look and they have 100,000 in sales or 20,000 in sales and they hope to have $1 million. Yeah. You know, or my widget cost $1 and it costs $10. So yeah, there's times when it doesn't close.
Do you mind if I pitch you a product right now?
Let's go.
Okay.
Wait, do Will and I?
Oh, you gonna get up there? Come on.
Do Will and I get a?
No,
No,
we're
we own part of this?
I'm gonna do it. Actually, I'm gonna bring out my husband Scotty, so I do it in the true fashion.
Scotty's here.
Stand up. He's gonna be dead soon.
Yeah,
Come closer.
don't get too attached to him.
I know.
Okay.
I'm going to die from diabetes.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
Okay. All right. So here we go.
Do you guys believe this? Scotty's here?
Okay. Okay. So this isn't the true style of Shark Tank.
Wait, I thought you were pitching to me. Get your ass over there.
I can't because then they'll see our
Oh,
asses.
okay.
Fake it for the
Oh,
yeah.
man,
you know,
okay.
fake it
Okay.
for the
So here we go.
cameras.
Okay. Shh. Shut the fuck up.
We're pitching.
Okay. Ready? Hey, sharks. My name is Sean.
And I'm Scotty.
Just like this.
And we're from Hollywood, California. And we're looking for $2 million for 2% of our company, Doggy Defense. When you're loading the dishwasher, does your dog come out and clean the plates before the dishwasher does? Ours does, which gives us pause for concern.
Oh boy.
Let me tell you a little tale. We came up with a fence barrier that goes around your dishwasher door that deters your dog from accessing the dishes. And with that defense up, our dog is no longer barking up the wrong tree. So, sharks, don't leave your dishes in a rough state. Who wants to be the first one to join our pack? Okay.
Sean.
Yeah.
Now, for the uninitiated, was that similar to the way it goes down?
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
Yes.
Yeah.
100%.
Otherwise, that
100%.
was really weird.
100% the way it goes.
You got to
yeah.
watch the show. The people that come on, God bless them, they're all lovely. They're all trying hard. They're really awkward and weird, and they don't know how to, they're
But at what
obviously been
point-
coached and written, and it's
Yeah, they
very fun.
practice.
When is there? Where's the swimming part? When do you get in the water?
No,
Right at the beginning, right?
I want to hear what
No
he
one
thinks
gets
of the
that?
idea.
Yeah, what do you think of the idea?
$2 million.
I'm saying, right? So when
Was
you
that
have,
U.S. dollars?
Hey, so when you pull the dishwasher down and you're doing it, and the dog
No, I
comes
got it,
up-
Sean.
Yeah, we
I
get
got it. I got it.
Okay. I thought it was a
I'm
good
out,
idea.
but I think it's a perfect deal for Mr. Wonderful.
Okay.
He'll ask for a royalty.
Yeah, royalty. I love it. I just wanted to hear you once say,
I'm out.
that's right.
Now, what's to stop anybody watching the show when you guys don't take something for somebody to steal Sean and Scotty's
It happens all the
idea?
time.
Yeah.
It really happens all the time. Like if we don't make a deal, and sometimes even when we do, there'll be somebody, an investor out there watching the show.
And do it quicker.
And we'll just get a hold of them and say, I'll offer you more money.
Oh,
Really?
really?
And when I'm fine with that, right? It helps the entrepreneurs and it's great for them.
But
so
you're
what?
saying, does anybody see the idea on TV and then steal it
And
and make
steal it, yeah.
Oh, no, and then do the same thing themselves.
Correct.
Oh, yeah, typically not because it's hard to do, right? look.
Or is there enough of a delay on airing the show that you
Yeah,
guys
there
can actually
typically
get
is.
your business done before?
And we can, yeah, we
Okay.
can, but it's hard to steal. I mean, look, everybody's got good ideas, right? You get that feeling in your stomach, and then you go to your friends, is this a good idea?
Right, right.
And then you look on Google, oh, nobody's done it. Nobody tells you that it's not there for a reason.
Right.
But, you know, but then the hard part is actually doing it, right?
Right.
Most people just don't have, you know, the gumption to go out there and actually try it and do it.
What's been the most successful product to come out of Shark Tank?
So there was a thing called the Comfy that Barbara Corcoran did.
The Comfy?
The Comfy,
Oh,
right?
is that like that blanket that you wear?
Yes.
Oh, yeah.
Yes.
People bought that?
It was a knockoff of another product, just
that
a
was a
better
Snuggie or-
The Snuggie was like a better Snuggie, right?
Wow.
And
How
so
is
the,
it better than the Snuggie?
I don't
it
know.
was just more comfy.
More comfy,
yeah.
okay.
And so the guy comes in and it's kind of like falling apart a little bit, but they're comfortable and everything. And Barbara offers them like $50,000 for 25% of the company. And no lie, she has made just herself $37 million and counting.
Oh my God.
They have sold like $400 million worth of comfies.
Wow.
And I say the same thing to Barbara every time I see her. Fuck you, why did I do that deal, right?
I mean, what
Barbara's the best.
like how many companies do you own or are invested in at any
Like-
given time?
You know, 200 to 250.
How do you keep track of them?
I don't.
Again,
I don't.
He's
yeah.
got people.
not just-
He's
So
got people.
if you want to know my companies, another pitch, markcuban.com, and you get to see all of them. And that literally,
Oh, really?
that's how I remember my companies. I go to the website.
Do you want to buy a podcast for $1 billion? Think about it.
So, Will, I'm going to tell you this.
Think about it.
Sean wanted
Cash. Sorry,
$2 million
cash.
for
2%,
2%, right?
yeah.
So that's a $100 million valuation.
Yes.
So when we get his $100 million valuation
Yeah.
and sell that for $1 billion,
Yeah.
we'll use it to buy the podcast.
There you go.
Love it.
Mark,
Love it.
Mark, when you open the paper in the morning, do you check the sports page first or the business to see the
Yeah.
stocks?
Oh, good.
Like
So
what's
you
the
don't
favorite?
watch Shark Tank, but you open a paper.
I know. By the way, you're getting a real good idea of what he's all about.
Granddad here spends a lot of time in slippers. No, but what's your favorite sports page? Like, you know, because sometimes people follow stocks like they follow teams.
No, I do
up
the
and
both,
down.
right? So I check all the sports on Bleacher Report, and then I check, there's this Memeo random thing that I check just general news, and then tech memes. So I have my websites that I go through every morning.
But sports first.
Typically, yeah, because it takes 2 seconds just to check the scores.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, do you enjoy any other sports other than basketball?
Yeah, I like all sports. I played rugby in college, so that literally is my second sport. But yeah, I'm a fan of football and baseball and all that stuff.
Would you ever want to buy a team in another sport?
I looked at buying the Cubs. I looked at buying the Pirates. They wouldn't let me buy the Cubs.
Why?
They
Why?
wouldn't let me. Major League Baseball didn't want me in.
Why?
Oh, wow.
Yeah, they were afraid.
Well, but
They were afraid.
what makes you an unattractive owner to Major League Baseball?
All that stuff about the referees we talked about.
Yeah.
Oh, really?
Yeah, they don't like that.
Too opinionated, and it's too much of an old boys club?
Yeah, very much so.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, they literally told me no chance.
I played almost.
So talk shit about him if there's no chance. Let's air it. I mean,
They have their own, baseball's got their own problems. I don't even need to talk
Yeah.
shit about them.
Yeah.
Some things are so fucked up,
yeah.
it speaks for itself.
What about soccer? Do you see soccer is an incredible, what I call football. I'm a big Premier League football
Are you
guy.
really?
Yeah,
Yeah.
love it. Yeah, right?
Which team? Which team?
Liverpool is my team.
Here we go.
Yeah, and all right, cool it. And I love watching it, and it's growing, and it's getting even more popular in this country.
Yep.
And the U.S. looks like it's going to qualify probably for the World Cup, which is great. Just below Canada, and whatever. I don't make the scores up. Is that something that you could see that's going to grow in this country?
Yeah,
that you would-
soccer's growing.
Yeah.
You know, the biggest challenge is it's not a great TV sport.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah,
That's what I'm saying.
Right?
Yeah.
See?
That's what I'm saying.
Right?
It's like.
But I bet you could come up with a different way to shoot that sport, or come up with some sort of technology to make it more interesting. No.
know.
The good thing about soccer is when you go to a game, it's amazing.
Yeah.
Yes.
Right? It's
Yeah.
very much experiential, kind of like hockey, right? Going to a hockey
Yeah,
game
but
is
it's
fun.
like
going to
they
that-
score a goal, you could run to the store and come back,
Right.
and it's like, oh.
Yeah, but
but-
there's more to it. It's
But
the
it's,
beautiful
it's faster
sport
than
and it's-
baseball. I
Yeah,
mean,
well,
baseball.
Yeah, baseball.
That's why baseball's got issues.
I read one.
you know?
I heard one time that they looked at all the major sports and they decided which ones were the best for watching on television, and they're on a scale. Football was the best
Yeah.
for the amount of plays and then breaks.
Because there's
American
only 15 minutes of football in a
Right.
game.
Right.
Yeah. You can go
Basketball's
take
gotta
a
be
shit, you
second.
can get something to eat, and then
Right.
you come back
Yeah,
to the
you
next
come
down.
back and they've done 50 replays
Right,
and they've
yeah.
done whatever, and it goes all the way down. And the far end is hockey, my other passion.
Yeah.
And I know this is a big hockey town, and I'm a big Toronto Maple Leafs fan.
How's that been working out?
Actually, well, you know, let's not get real, Mark. And so hockey's down there, and then football, soccer's down there
yeah.
as well. So it's
Well,
like,
the problem is, you know, basketball's problem on TV is it's 48 minutes of basketball, right?
Yeah.
But it's great for social media because there's so many highlights. And so on TikTok, on Twitter, and whatever, basketball is number one.
right. And so now what's going to happen? We all watch a lot of our content streaming, right? And more
And
more
how did
people-
that start? Now that you know?
From you.
What?
You started,
Yeah.
So my question to you is this: now, as more and more people are shedding their cable or shedding their satellite
Right.
or whatever, how is that going to? What's going to happen to live sports? Do you think? What's
It's going to change a lot. It's going to change a lot. Jason, have you ever been on TikTok?
No.
You don't know how to do renegade.
Sean does enough TikTok for the whole house.
Yeah, I don't really. But you're very popular on TikTok with your kids too,
Yeah,
right?
my
You
kids,
dance
yeah,
with
I
your kids.
love doing this
I
stuff.
love that.
Yeah,
I love that
like-
so much. Wait, go back to what were you just talking about?
So we're talking about watching TV in the future,
Yeah.
right?
What's
Yeah.
going
It's
to be
gonna
the
be-
future of live sports?
So for us, yeah.
Yeah.
It's going to
Thank
be
you.
more like it has
I
been.
love watching football.
For us
Yeah.
billionaires.
Right?
No.
Wait, did this deal go through? Did we just sell the podcast?
Oh my God.
No, man,
We're
I'm
stocking the
working on
doggy dishwasher company.
That's so interesting. I watch football now. I'm really interested. I'm really into football. Sometimes I'll watch baseball, but it's kind of like watching This Old House. It's just like, you know. I mean,
And Bob
I
Vila
love it.
always shows up,
Yeah,
right?
no. Well, the new guy, Kevin,
Yeah, Kevin,
right?
yeah.
Kevin. He's great. But baseball, basketball, you know, I went to a Lakers game once, and it's actually more thrilling to watch it live.
Yeah,
Right? When
yeah.
you're there, like, I can't, and it smells like high school, and it's really cool. And it's like, right? And I'm sitting there on the sidelines, and with my straight friend, Steve Shenbaum, who's so funny. And he's married to
Wait,
this.
do you say that about us, my straight friend Will and my straight?
Yeah, all the time.
Do you really?
Yeah, all the time.
Okay.
So I'm sitting there at the Lakers game, and you know when they do that, they do it at a lot of stadiums, but they play that "Kiss Me," and that's like the kiss cam,
Kiss cam,
right?
yeah.
And
Kiss cam.
people like Will Smith and his wife are there, and like all these, and they catch them, and they put it on me and my straight friend Steve. And I'm looking up, and I'm like, oh my God, we're bigger than the whole fucking building, and they want us to kiss, and everybody's laughing, and he's panicking, and I'm panicking, so I just made out with my hand.
Oh boy.
No.
That's another dumb story.
You were talking about your kids. Tell us what's family life like? Is it normal? Is it crazy? Do they want to do what you do?
Yeah, and do you teach them about money? And did somebody teach you about money when you were a kid?
No one taught me about money. I mean, because didn't have much, right? You had to work and just do your thing. But like with my kids, obviously, my kids are 12, Jake, 15, Alyssa, and 18, Alexis.
Nice. Yeah.
And literally, Alyssa, my 15-year-old, and I watch Will and Grace like all the
You're very
time,
smart.
right? That's our
Yeah.
thing, yeah. And Ozark with Alexis.
yeah.
Jake, not so much. Sorry.
Yeah, that's okay.
Lego Master.
I'm cool.
But it's scary.
Check out Murderville. You got to check out
Murderville.
Murderville.
Murderville on Netflix.
Murderville, I just downloaded it.
It's fun. I'll go sit in the audience.
But now,
So they're not like young entrepreneurs already.
My son Jake.
Yeah.
Definitely an entrepreneur.
Really?
Oh my God! I'm like Jake. I was in his room 2 days ago. Jake, what's that candy on? He has a little baby refrigerator there, and why do you have that candy there? He goes, oh, I sold it to my friend at school, and I'm going to make about $15.
Wow.
And I'm like, yeah, that's my guy.
Yeah.
Did you see any crocheted dinosaurs in there?
oh my
No,
God.
but no.
Okay, so here's
That's what you need to worry.
That's the age, you know.
What would you tell somebody
A lot of loose socks.
who's starting out? I'm sorry?
Nothing.
I think I know that story.
I just learned about the whole sock thing about a year ago.
Okay.
That's,
I don't know what that is.
No, we're not going to go.
Never mind.
So it doesn't matter. So, what would you tell? So somebody like one of these young people in the audience here, they're young, they've gotten out of college, they got their first job, they've got
There's nobody here.
yeah, and not true, not true. There's that guy right there, number one. He said.
Number one.
And he's got a paycheck. He did a thing. He's got $1,000. What does he put his money into? What does he do?
All right. First, you want to learn a little bit about crypto if you have $1,000.
Okay.
Yeah,
So
what?
that's just for real.
But you don't want to speculate, right? Okay. So I had this conversation last night with two of my Indiana friends, right? And
I don't understand using money to buy money. I don't.
Yeah, do you have the real lowbrow, knuckle-dragging explanation
sure.
for crypto?
Yeah.
right.
Because I don't get it, and I'm not smart.
So it's put aside the coin part of it, right? It's just a different way to create applications. Just like the early days of the internet, it didn't seem to make sense.
Yeah.
Right? When Amazon first came out, everybody would say, well, don't give them your credit card. You don't know what Amazon is going to do with your credit card, right? You can't trust that. And it was hard and people didn't understand it. Now with crypto, there's a lot of noise, but there's different applications that you can download and buy these things called stable coins. And there's one in particular that I buy called USDC. And the thing about it is you can earn more interest on that USDC stable coin, 4%, 5%, depending on where you're at, a little bit more. And it's relatively safe.
Yeah.
Right? It's not as safe as being in the bank because there's no FDIC insurance. But, I put money there and I recommended to my friend, two of my friends here that just made a little bit of money, a couple $1,000s, that to take part of it and go to an app, Voyager, crypto.com, whatever it may be, and put it in there and earn your 4%.
But this is what I'm saying. Why are you putting? I don't understand. You're putting your own money to buy money.
Take a minute.
So is it like investing in the stock market? Is that what it is?
It's not really. It's more like if you were going to do currency exchanges, right? Because it's different types of currency. But because they use them to trade, they pay higher interest rates than they do in a bank. Because you're not going to earn anything from your savings account, your checking account, or whatever, right? So, and you might.
You think this has life? You think that?
100%.
So you think one day?
It's not going away.
One day we're not going to use because
there's a lot of junk out there, right? Just like in the early days of the internet, right? There might have been 100 to 1 shitty companies to good companies.
Yeah, right.
And because it's the early days still of crypto, it's going to take time for the nonsense, the noise and the dirt to find its way out.
So you would recommend, what is it?
USDC.
USDC over like Bitcoin or something like that.
Bitcoin,
I'm glad he repeated that. I almost bought a bunch of USDA steaks.
Yeah, right?
Yeah. Mark Cuban told me to buy this steak.
Right?
I'm not earning shit.
But Bitcoin's kind of like digital gold, right?
Yeah.
So old people buy gold, and younger people are going to buy Bitcoin just because it makes more sense.
You can't see it or touch it or anything, but it would.
So when was the last time someone bought gold and they could touch it, right?
Exactly.
Never.
Because everything is
It's
so few things
digitized anyways.
are cash.
Yeah. And so Bitcoin is a store of value, and it's going to go up and down like you see it go up and down. I like Ethereum a little bit more because it has more applications, utility. It's going to go up and down. But it's not something that I'm telling people, look, just go all in. It's like the stock market, right?
Yeah, just test, take $10 or $100 or something.
Try it, right? That's why I like Dogecoin, right? Dogecoin is silly as hell, but this is how I introduced my son to crypto, right? This is back, we opened up a Robinhood account and I showed him he could buy Dogecoin back when it was like a penny, right? And so we spent $7. And now it's 15 cents. And so you can buy some just to see what it's about.
That's interesting.
And spend $5.
Yeah.
And then get to learn it.
All right, so listen, you before I let you go, because I know you got to go. You have a personality, this huge personality, which is so intoxicating, and it's you seem like such a good guy
Really
and
is.
willing
I'm so
to.
glad to meet you.
Yeah,
Here.
you seem just incredible.
It's fascinating.
Yeah,
Thanks for having me on, guys. This has been a blast.
Yeah,
No,
but before
Thank
you
you.
go, I want to ask you. You always seem to be. By the way, back to Shark Tank for just 2 seconds. You know what I love when you do? You always you shut people down. I love it when people are going on and you just raise your head, just literally go, "Thank you for coming. Thank you. Thank you. That's all. Thank you." I
try to
love
be
that.
nice, give them some advice, right?
Good luck. That's what you say. Good
good luck. Yep.
Which is so get out.
Which is it's just another way of saying fuck you. Yeah.
I love it.
I didn't say that, Will did.
No, I know.
But I love it. So as someone who's in charge of a lot of things and a lot of businesses, you just seem to always be in control. Who's the one that controls you and brings you down to earth? And is there somebody that can tell you, you know what, Mark, shut the fuck up. You need to get real.
Oh, yeah,
who
my
is
wife
that?
and kids, yeah.
But anybody beyond your family?
Oh, beyond my family.
The refs. The refs.
But like
The refs, yeah. I try to listen to look, you know, I try to learn from everybody, you know? So if someone's got to tell me to, like, you know, in all my businesses, there's somebody that will tell me to shut the fuck up, right? I don't mind it at all. So if I fuck up, tell me I fucked up. I don't care, right? Because
And you want to know.
Yeah, I want to know, and I fuck up all the time.
We talked about that the other day. We were talking about this idea. It's like when you're doing that, especially amongst friends, you have to have that ability to go, please let me know, because it's going to help me.
And my friends are like my high school friends I've been friends with since, you know, I'm 6 years
you
old.
got a couple of old buddies here.
Yeah, well, yeah. And so my college friends, they'll all tell me to shut the fuck up, right? And, you know, they don't give a fuck.
Are they blown away? The guys that you grew up with in high school and college, or they're used to it by now because it's been a minute that you've been really successful. But do you have those moments with each other where you go, can you believe this shit?
All the time.
Good.
Really?
Yeah,
That's great.
all the
That's
time. I
great.
mean, and look, I mean, there's not
Have you
a
ever
day.
invest their money for them?
No.
Okay.
No, that's too much stress.
Yeah.
But there's not a day that doesn't go by where I'm just like, how the fuck this happened to me?
Good for
Seriously.
you.
We feel the same way.
Yeah, right?
No, we really do. We really do.
Yeah, you got to. You got to.
We really,
we
truly
say
do.
it to each other all the time. We did a show the other night. We had our buddy Bradley Cooper was on a show in Brooklyn, and we were saying we knew each other way back in the day, and we were like, this is so crazy that we get to do what we're doing in this way. It's fucking bizarre.
It's insane.
Yeah,
I mean,
we're so appreciative, and if it were not for you guys, we would not be able to say that.
I mean, it's unbelievable.
So, thank you.
Mark, thank you for coming. I love you.
you.
Thank you for making us smarter. I learned stuff. I can't wait to watch more of Shark Tank. I love
Thank you.
Thank you
Mark
for being
Cuban!
here.
The great Mark Cuban!
Thank you, everybody.
Thanks, Val.
Thank you, sir.
man.
Thank you so much for having me.
Thank you.
Thanks, Val. Thank you so
you.
much
This
for
was
doing it.
amazing. Thank you. Jason, thank you so much. You're a good friend. Thank you.
Thank you for doing this.
Thank you, everybody.
Mark Cuban!
What does Scotty most commonly tell you to stop doing?
I know. Well, we have a wonderful relationship. It's all dark humor. I grew up with dark humor, and that's what we do.
No, but what is the thing that he
just
thinks
generally?
you need to fix most?
Worrying.
Worry. Stop worrying.
Yes.
So while also controlling. So Sean has been doing this thing the last week, and we notice every time we get in a car, like to go to the airport or go to the venue or whatever, we'll get in, professional driver, guy knows where he's going, and Sean's got his phone up. And he's in the back seat, and Sean goes, it's 11 minutes. And I'm like, well, there's nothing we can do about it.
I know. I just like alternative routes just in case. Anyway, so, but here's the thing. Mark Cuban is so great. I'm obsessed with Shark Tank. He was so nice to come out. Should we pool our money a little bit? Maybe like do something?
Yeah, we should, right?
Yeah. Why don't we all pool our money?
Yeah. Should we do like a group thing?
I want to.
Also, I like the idea of you and Scotty rehearsing your Shark Tank pitch.
Yes. That's what I was doing
So
in the other
what
room the other night when you guys, where are you guys going? I'm like, I'll be right back.
And you guys were rehearsing that.
We rehearsed it a
So
little bit.
that's how the pitches go? They're campy and they're performative,
Yes.
right?
Yes.
So, but is that a prerequisite of it? I mean, can't you just come out and say, "Here's my idea"?
No, because they're not actors. They're not like performers.
Yeah,
so
but do you have to kind of? Do they say you got to put a little spice into it?
Yeah, they do. They
Watch
choreograph
the show!
Yeah.
Well, I will, but I don't know it yet.
No, that's okay.
I want to see, where's Scotty? Can we just get Scotty out here for
Scotty
one more
back
second?
out here.
Scotty, get back out here. Still alive.
Yeah.
Still alive.
So, wait. So, again, I just want to get back to, sorry, not to get too into the nuts and bolts of it, but so when you guys are rehearsing your bit,
Yeah.
was Sean super bossy?
Yeah, a little bit.
He was.
Yeah, a little bit. Not gonna lie.
Was he?
Yeah, a little bit. I'd be
Look,
like,
he's got his diabetes pod. You got
yeah,
to
I
be
got my
careful
pod right there.
Well,
Goodbye.
Yeah. What?
Not dead yet.
Not dead yet.
and how many
Yeah.
times did he make you rehearse it?
5 or 6, yeah.
We still didn't get it.
still didn't nail it.
you guys, so you guys have been married a number of years now.
15 years, yeah.
Did
Oh, yeah.
15 years? Oh, sorry, I didn't know you hadn't met. Did Scotty, before you guys were married, did you know about the dinosaur story? Because I'm
No.
no.
No, but you knew it.
But I've heard about it since, but
Right.
but not
Not
before
before.
we were married.
Yeah.
Huh.
There's a little-
Would that have affected your
Decision.
Decision.
No, this is a fair question.
No, no, of course.
Yeah.
Yeah, so
Scotty, how did you used to masturbate?
all right.
A lot more carefully.
A lot more
A lot more
careful.
carefully.
carefully.
Not
Yeah,
with
careful.
wired figures.
Right.
No, I don't.
Yeah.
And if somebody came in to catch you, would you say, like, don't go away? That's a bad one.
Oh,
trying to
my
think
God.
about- No,
He's
if
trying to do a buy.
I'm trying to do a
He's
buy.
trying
Now
to get a
we're trying to do a
buy-in.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, did you ever worry when you were inside the dinosaur's mouth that it might somehow bite you?
Thank you, Chicago. Thank you.
Smart.
Thank you, guys.
Less.
SmartLess is 100% organic and artisanally handcrafted by Rob Armjarv, Bennett Barbaco, and Michael Granteri.
Smart. Less.